Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel S2T or Science to Technology. Hopefully the stream should be live at this point in time and you guys should be able to hear me and look at me without any issue. I'm waiting for incognito window to give me a feedback so I know that audio and video is working. So far it has not, which is odd. I'm still waiting. What the heck? To hear me and look at me without any issue. I'm waiting for incognito window to give me feedback so I know that audio and video is working. So far it has not, which is odd. I'm still waiting. Okay. So at this point in time, audio and video should be working. You guys should be able to look at me and hear me clearly without any issue. So today's topic is like, what the hell is going on with this world? Meaning, I would say right after Trump's assassination, things went cuckoo, completely cuckoo, and way too many things have happened. And okay, now I finally have a few people coming up. Pramod, hi, hello to you, and David, hello to you too. And things are going crazy. I'm like, for lack of a better term, things are going crazy. And heck, just today only, like few minutes ago, it's not a national news because the casualty count is very little, but still very significant thing happened is that we had basically a aircraft crash. Yes, civilian airlines, and it was flight 2283. Flight 2283. It just crashed. Now it's a small craft, so only 50 or 60. I think the casualty is low, but like again, the I'm not showing the video because again there could be a copyright issue, and another it's very uncomfortable to watch because generally plane incidents like a few months ago we had a Nepal incident where a plane basically incorrectly configured it, like veered off and then it crashed. Now that's normal, what you expect a aircraft crash to look like, where it's like, things are like, going like this and then you have something bad happening. This happened is like it's starting to fall like a corkscrew. It's like it's scary. It's like a very weird, it's like almost it lost all its forward momentum and then pilots could not control it and then just fell. It fell. It's like, and it's like people are saying that it's very lucky, even though it fell on a populated area. Thankfully, it did not fall on any big building or any serious place. So thankfully, nobody was injured on the ground. But things are, the world is a mess, like you said. Just let it go. Yeah, that's factually true. It's like for past few days, like people are saying that we are living in unprecedented time. It's like, how about just precedented time? Just don't give me unprecedented. Just give me precedent. I'm okay with that. It's like things are. Whoa. And if you had paid attention to the hearings that are going on, which is available to public on that secret service issue, is like how the heck a random just dude walked up to a dude and be like, what about I poof the dude? It's like, how the heck that happened? The amount of incompetency is like, damn. Getting pilot is scary. Yeah, that's a very scary thing because again it's sometimes it's a so what you call sharp that you do not notice it, right? Like things are there, poof, gone. But this was like they fell and almost like for few seconds they fell without any issue. It's like almost like not without issue, of course they are falling, but it's like they had enough of a fall. If I'm not mistaken, from 20,000 feet they fell. So it was a very, very what you call horrifying. Like basically something is off because again forward momentum you kind of accept, like, oh, they're gonna use it, and it's like, ooh, it's almost like how we see in movies, like fighter jet goes up, then it stalls out, then it's like that's what happened. So it's very, very scary. Things are getting bad. Yeah, that is true, that is true. Will Hindu fertility rate recover? Most likely no. It's like there are like multiple religion and only one religion is at above replacement fertility and everybody else is below. Microburst, yeah, that could have happened, that could have happened, but again it's very scary because again, how the heck a plane lost its forward momentum? That's the scary part. And again, if it was a fighter jet, it was doing something fancy, that's a thing. But that's not what happened. It's just the plane just like yeeted out of there, so to say. So that's a very scary 2283, 2283, 2283. It just happened. Flying at Brazil passenger flight basically, and it's a light aircraft. It's nothing heavy. Thankfully, the casualty count was very little, but damn, like there are scenario where it's like damn. So it's it happened. It's like it's one of those things where it's like, and again, it's like it's happening so often now. It's like, I'll give you. Yeah, this is the craft that just had this incident. Hold on. So it literally fell. It literally fell from the sky, and like, yeah, uh, there is enough video of it that you can, if you want to watch it, you can watch it. It's like it's very, what do you call, how the heck that happened? Like it's, I was like, what the hell? And this just happened. It's like it has not even become a news yet. I'm reasonably sure it will become news by tomorrow, but damn, it just happened. So let me see. And another incident is like literally everybody was like, okay, cool, fine with Bangladesh, and then Bangladesh exploded. Yep, as you can see, the plane literally just splat. It's like it's how the heck that's even happened. The worst part to me is like how the heck it lost its forward momentum. It's like, isn't it a plane? It's supposed to go in place, so that was scary. How to be patient? Yeah, that's the difficult thing, man. Like, if you ever want to understand like why people never bet against Jeff Bezos, that's the reason. The dude is patient. That's the reason why I'm so scared of him. It's like people are like Elon Musk. I'm like, dude, Jeff Bezos is in the race. It's like, but he hasn't done anything. It's like, dude, has the dude stopped? No. So that means the dude will work. The dude will walk, and the dude never stops. So it's a very scary power level that he's playing on. Because yes, few years ago, if you had said like Amazon will control half of the internet, more than half of the internet is controlled by Amazon Web Service, people would have laughed at you, but it is here. If it's a e-commerce, like Amazon was a bookseller site. Think about it. It's like I'm old enough where I remember this sort of thing. Oh, you could buy books in Amazon. It's like, what happened to that Amazon? Now it's like freaking all conglomerating, like what you call, um, uh, well, granddaddy, so to say. So it's like Jeff Bezos is one of those person where it's like if patience is something that you want to learn from him. It's like it's very, what you call, damn. The dude is very patient. So that's the patience that we want to aim for. But I am not very patient. And again, things have been messy. Heck, my next date is, court date is on 13th. So Tuesday I have to go. But big news, I am so frustrated with this mobile phone that I'm changing this. And let's see when the next phone comes in. I'm not going to talk about it because, again, this has scarred me so badly. So if I get it, it works out. Only then I'm going to talk about it. If it does not, then I'm like, uh, it's like this is the first time I'm like because here's the deal. I'm not like going to compare like, oh, the benchmark and all that. It's just that I use the damn thing. Should it work or not? And the only expectation is please be better than the last phone. And my last phone was 3 years old. It's not even 2 years. It's like 3 years old. So there should have been significant updates. This is the first time. It's like, and I'm pretty sure it's not the hardware fault. I'm pretty sure that they never finished the software with it. So there is one tiny hope that with a few updates, it might actually get a workable camera app because I have to use camera app regularly for thumbnails and all that. It's difficult. Like it's more difficult than my F62. So it is like it's hurtful. It's basically hurtful. We are in era of chaos and beauty begin from here. Like life begins in chaos. Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. You can say that. Peaceful religion. That's a path. Path. Just focus on yourself. Yeah. CIA involved in Bangladesh. Likelihood is very low. Likelihood is very low. Because yes, still, it sounds very convenient that somebody there is some evil corporation and some cabal that is doing it. But like if I zoom out, right? If I zoom out a bit, what happened there? What happened to Bangladesh is basically same thing that is happening to India. Quota system and government jobs. Now, in recent times, after studying the situation, what that's going on, I have to ask a very hard question, basically, specifically as an Indian and for India's future. It's like, are people who are chasing government job poor because they are chasing government job or because they have no other option they are chasing government job? Because again, it's a feedback loop. I know that more and more people are chasing government jobs, the more impoverished that place become. Because they have still you take India, you slice it into two parts. So basically you have South India and North India. And North India you take basically poverty, like not very rich regions, so to say. So you take Bihar, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh. Things of this, basically the bulk of government job people. And then reality is those places are not rich. Compare that to South India, where more corporation, more businesses, and more things are happening. You're like, whoa. So money disparity is bonkersly high. Now, question is, many times many people who are living in Bihar, I have many friends from there. So they say like it's so crippled that that's the only option. Or I'm like now I have to understand, is it crippled because everybody is chasing few resources, or it's crippled because it's like, what is the source of it? Because again, Bangladesh, till few months ago, everybody's like, Bangladesh is GG, Bangladesh making progress, and now it just fell apart. Why did it fell apart? Quota system. Now, what is the quota system? This is the rough, what you call, narrowed down variant of it, where it is like they had a revolution against Pakistan. Okay, cool, awesome, no problem. And in that revolution, they got like, a completely liberated country. And the idea was the freedom fighters who fought into this, they will have fixed government jobs. Now that sounds reasonable. It's like, you actually, risk your blood for this nation. It's like, enough. Now you were like, they may not be most qualified, no problem. It's just like, it's a what we call stopgap measure, where it's like, the people risk their life, they got something, you pay them something in return, and it's like, it's what we call stopgap measure, like, planting a seed, so to say. So that was the first generation just after Bangladesh independence. Okay, cool, awesome. Now then they updated it to include the children. You may be like, okay, they will be alive, and they may be like, hey, I actually fought for my children, so it kind of makes sense. Okay, then it became grandchildren. I'm like, what the hell? That just happened. So this is the point where people lost their hope. Now here's the deal. Because Bangladesh has ludicrously bad what you call imbalance, so to say. So if you have government job, or you are like one of the top 1%er, and nothing else, there is no middle class, so to say. Like genuinely, like I used to think that, again, that's what we are getting from the outside world, right? Bangladesh is growing and all that. No, it had corruption. Like it had corruption. Like holy damn, it had corruption. Like again, in recent years, I've been becoming far more soft to Indian corruption, simply because holy damn, how bad corruption can go, I have no idea. It's like I had no context for it. Russia showed me, it's like corruption, bro. Like I'm completely trustworthy to my country, where it's like, I know for a fact that all my soldiers, like national asset, the nation's basically guard, is solid. Like I do not have to doubt it. I do not have to. No, there have been some cases here and there, but it's almost like, somebody. It's not like Russia, where it's like whole government system is not working. There is no army. They had like just paper army. So that is very bad corruption. Now Bangladesh gives me, what if this quota system, again, India also has the quota system, but it's religion based, which is really like, not religion, would be caste based. Basically, there is a culture. In that culture, we have different caste. So it's caste locked. Even though more than enough people were screaming, please do not base it caste, based it on what we call basically poverty. If you're poor, then you get this. It's not like, okay, what is your birthright? Do not lock the damn country to birthright wars. We did that. Bangladesh is a upgraded version of this issue, where it's like, okay, your basically grandfather was a freedom fighter, good, GG, awesome. Your father was a government job, then you got a government job, then your children is like, what the hell? And they were never selecting anyone who is competent for the job, and country was rotting from the inside. So that was very, very scary. So I'm going to complete my graduation. Should I go to Saudi for good income because my family is poor? What is your suggestion? You can try to go to other countries. Like I would really recommend going to other countries for better financial situation, if you can afford it. Like risk it. Because yes, at this point in time, I can call up people who are in different countries. I have one friend in UK, one in Australia, another in Canada, another in family relative in America, another in Germany. So yeah, if you want to go, risk it. Although Saudi may not be a perfect idea, but like if you want to go. Will UK survive? Not as UK. Not as UK as you see. Like UK, I think should be taught in every school, because think about it. Like how the heck that big of an empire fallen? Like they were ruling whole planet at one point. Not whole planet, I get the point. It's just like you see, like sun never sets on the British Empire to what the hell. So yeah, they have very good case study. And again, especially for my channel, where I'm talking about rockets and all that, they had a space program. They actually were ahead, because again, ask anyone in British intelligence and American intelligence, they will flat out tell you, it's like the sole reason America got involved into the war for public is like this and that, and it's like, no, 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 no. It was technology. British, like, because again, at that point in time, their research and development was on a light years ahead. And because they were actually fighting, they had like genuinely top tier soldiers also. So they were like, America was like, okay, you want us to risk a nation, what the hell we are gonna get in the back? What's the return? So they sent a briefcase, like not a briefcase, like what you call container, so to say, a small container, and it was the most well-guarded shipment in entirety of World War II. Basically, there were armor carrier with more armor carrier, with some extra shipyards, with some extra ships, with some submarines. Like this was like, this box must make it from UK to basically USA, and that had all the blueprints, all the patents, all the stuff for war, like the war technology, so to say. And that actually got like, again, you cannot say that was like black and white, but there is a very good sense that was like a nudge. Let's just put it that way, that nudge. And UK never got same amount of in return because they were working both UK and US were working on supersonic flight. But UK was giving the technology, US was not giving anything in return. So idea was both of them gonna develop something parallel. But what happened is like UK gave the technology, never got anything back, and USA developed it. So they got kind of trolled. And they again same thing happened with their space program. They built what we call Black Arrow. That was the project name. It was basically Falcon 9 kind of philosophy before Falcon 9. So they had like hypergolic propellants, nitrous oxide, if I'm not wrong, nitrous oxide and uh, hydrogen. So they did not require basically cryogenic cooling and all that. It was a good system, good rocket. They actually built it, tested it, flied it. It's called lipstick rocket. If you want to Google it, it looks like a lipstick. So it was a good system. They never developed it. Why? EU came in and EU was like, we are building a system. So basically, politicians in UK they basically abandoned their own space program. That's why UK is looks so crippled at this point in time. It's like, dude, at one point you were the leading empire of everything. How the heck you fallen so far? Corruption. So yeah, please look into my question on Japan. There is no question about Japan. It's like, what? There is no question, dude. If any of you ever figure out that I misread a question or did not, please like the question itself. I'm not gonna go back and figure it out. Like again, it's just on a like a line by line basis. It's not Excel where I can like highlight everything where it's like what's happening and all that. If you have a question that I missed, just please send the question back. Please look into my question on Japan. It's like do home grinder washing machine give a current spike at start? Depends. Grinders, yes. Grinders and basically anything that has naked motor connected to the grid, it will give that spike. Now generally universal motors are not as bad as induction motor, and in terms of washing machine, modern washing machines has BLDC motor, so that's not that big of an issue. But modern ones, old one I will not trust. I will again suggest to wait for 6 months if you want to planning a new mobile phone, although I'm expecting previous reply. What again, it happened. See, this is the first time I'm like what you call crippled by it. Basically again, thumbnail is a thing that I do for a living. I have to be able to trust the phone. I cannot. So it's no longer just like minor inconvenience. This phone will now go to my father, and again you're like, oh, why you're giving a bad phone to your father? His phone is 5 years old. This is an upgrade from it. So, and again he will get the benefit of 5G. Everything in the phone is useful except the freaking cameras. And again, it's a software issue. Maybe I'm hoping, knock on wood, that in few months they have an update and it's finally working. Hopefully. So that's there. They want government job for mainly shadi, and after shadi they regret. That could also be true. But here still, that again, that's an issue of India. Okay, cool, awesome. But what about Bangladesh? It's like I have to really dive deep into it. It's like if everybody chases, I know for a fact that if everybody chases government jobs, we starve to death because again, that's communism. We are asking government to provide jobs. It cannot. Government is a lubrication. It's not a fuel for a country. Fuel is the trade. Fuel is businesses. Fuel is corporations. These are the fuel. And your job as a government is to lubricate it. Basically, you provide shielding by army. You provide basically immune system using police. You provide law and regulation for maintenance, and then you build infrastructure. That's the job of government. But government cannot be like, we cycle everything. It's like, yeah, that's Soviet Union logic, and you starve to death. Every country that has tried that failed simply because of this reason. So that's the whole point. Core thing. So in our constitution, caste discrimination is not allowed. How they added caste-based reservation in the same constitution? Yeah, if you go there, it's like I can't help you, man. It's like it is stupid. It is harmful, and it has been done. That's like it should have been like very quickly switched from again. Same with Bangladesh. It should happen that that reservation system, quota system, not a bad idea. It's just that they never expired that idea. It's like, okay, cool, awesome, we got things moving, now let's hire the best talent for the job. It's like, no, birthright. It's like the moment you go to birthright logic, you starve to death. Like that's happening. So it's just for money. After 2 years try for Europe. My cousin brother work there, and I think it's a good idea. Yeah, you can try that. You can try that. You can try that. Recently, I discovered math is more sexy. Math can say beyond the blue sky. Say or see? Say or see? Do you want to say math can see beyond the sky or what? Better. So Yeah, I'm working on green chemistry fuel, trying to find a good efficiency on biofuel and still experimental. What fuel? Like what exactly? Like when you take biofuel, it's CH4. Seaweed biofuel is basically petrol and diesel. So what are you working on? That's what I like to know. So because again, if you go with the biofuel design and you are using hydrocarbon, you do not have to worry about efficiency and all that. All you have to worry about is extraction efficiency. Basically, how much surface area you need in terms of input and how much gallons would not be right term, liters per meter square. That's what you have to figure out. And maybe you are working on that range. So how things work is like, are my message getting retracted? Deepak's message is retracted, not yours. Ankit Singh says Deepak's, but I'm not retracting. It's like if there is some bot, it's unlikely, but I'm not retracting anything. In position, okay. Discover massive blue sky. I'm working on green chemistry fuel. Yeah, green chemistry fuel that I would like. Or you may be talking about rocket fuels. I could be mistaken. But if you're talking about biofuel, you may not need to touch the engines. If your fuel is working on biofuel corn, no. Biofuel. There are two types of biofuel. One is stupid biofuel, which is growing anything on land. The moment you touch land, it becomes stupid biofuel. That project's gonna fail. Be it Brazil, be it America, be it whatever have you. The moment you grow fuel crops, you die, because if you do fuel crops, basically it increases the price of food, and food is far more important than fuel. Humanity can survive thousands of years without fuel. It cannot survive without food. So you never, ever, ever touch basically farming land for fuel. But we did this stupidity and we are suffering because of this stupidity. So the solution is what we call hold on. I have talked about it. One person did ask me recently, where it's like, where could I get the research paper for aquatic species program? And the whole research paper is available. Question is, can I upload a PDF here? Do you guys think I can show PDF in this? That's the question. Can I show PDF? Is there a way to show PDF? Can anybody answer me? Like, is there a way to showcase PDF here? That would be helpful. Really, really helpful. Let me try. I go to Telegram. I have uploaded that in my Telegram group. So anybody who wants to find it, they can easily find it. So that's, and again, it's a look back at US Department of Energy's aquatic species program, biodiesel from algae. And they did the research and outcome was the same. You cannot touch soil. Again, farming land is far more important. The only viable solution within the known universe, so to say, and the current constraint of humanity is the only fuel is seaweed biofuel. Nothing else will work. Nothing else, like flat out, nothing else will work. No, I cannot drop the PDF. Oh, let me try to just I will share the first page of it, and then you guys can like yeah, it's messy. Do apologize. I do apologize for it, but you guys can find the what you call. Yes. See, this is the project paper that I'm talking about. Anybody can read all the research is available, publicly available. So I find it very frustrating when people are like, oh, what you're talking about, like this would never work. It's like, bro, we did. Yeah, all the research is available. All the research in this paper, and PDF is available. You can easily download it. Look back at US Department of Energy. So the outcome is exactly the same. Where it's like, if you touch farming land, you cannot have biofuels, because again, food is more. You can open PDF in separate window and share that window. Yeah, that seems the only viable option. That seems the only viable option. Yeah. But I don't think it's necessary because it's a very text heavy PDF. So let's see exactly what you did. No, I just had an image. It's just an image. Yeah. Lawmaker are MP minus 90% MP educated, probably even 50 to 80% professors. Also, no context. Give me some context for you. No, you cannot show PDF. Yeah, I think that. I think unless I do screen capture, I cannot share PDF. Post a link. Dude, just type this name. The PDF is available from National Renewable Energy Laboratory. I do not have to provide it. It's there. It's like, it's not my product. It's available. It's easy to open for public. Like, all the research is fully available. And I think it's like, how many pages? 300 pages, if I'm not mistaken. 328 pages, more than enough detail is there, and 5 to 6 PDFs are available where you can get into exact details, what researchers did, what gene cultures they used, what everything is there, everything. That's what there. So what is the hardware requirement for AI? Like data storage without AI cannot function. Uh, a lot of things, man. It needs basically, what are you talking about when you're talking about AI? Are you making AI? That requires training. Training is completely different than running the AI. Running the AI is much easier compared to training the AI. Training the AI requires almost supercomputers, or you can train it in but again, if you have the model, then you train the model. That's a different thing. Versus making the model requires supercomputer. And again, in that supercomputer, what it requires? Boatload of RAM, ludicrously large amount of interconnects, because again, no single computer can have that much. So a lot of interconnects, and bonkersly large amount of graphics card. Why graphics card? Because graphics card can parallelize far more effectively compared to CPUs, and they have hundreds of small units crunching data. So hundreds of small unit parallelized over thousands of graphics card, then you can train a very high end what you call neural network. What do you think about EV? I think they will not take over the market. Too expensive, and current infrastructure can't support it like India. Yeah, they will take over because government will keep increasing the fuel prices. So sooner or later it's gonna happen. But question is, either it's gonna happen painfully or it's gonna happen smoothly. I do wish if any company they want to do it, they do it properly by using series hybrid, so we get best of both world. And then they are like, okay, finally refine the technology, figure things out, figure battery out, figure charging infrastructure out, everything, and then it's like, okay, good, awesome. But if they force it like directly electric car, it's not gonna work. Heck, we had like what, 25 years of electric cars and still no electric car. That's the reason for it. It's like it has to be a series hybrid system. It cannot be anything other than that in the first variant. I started a pilot project near coastal nitrogen rich environment and low salt content, improve efficiency up to 3% of seaweed. Huh. No, no. See, the reason why I'm focusing on seaweed biofuel is like you do not have to worry about surface area, and you do not have to worry about water. If you use algae for seaweed biofuel, it will be exponentially more than seaweed. But where would you get the fresh water? That's the issue. And even if you're talking about sewage water, as what fresh water is becoming more and more expensive, more sewage water would be treated for recycling water. So that will become an issue. That's why sea is like there, surface area there, salty water there. Nature has already sorted all the issues. Nature already takes solar energy and makes lipids out of it. So that part is sorted. That part is sorted. We just have to worry about efficiency. That's why even Reliance did that, where they were like, okay, we're gonna smoke some weed and we're gonna be like, okay, what if we have algae research? And then they close the project. It's like it consumes too much water. It's like, we known this from 1999, my man. It's like, how the heck nobody knew this? It's like it almost looks like idiotic, for lack of a better term. It's idiotic. Why there is no NPU in desktop CPU? There is in the newer CPUs, not in the old one. Again, it's like asking, why don't we had graphics card in 1989? It's like that was not invented yet. NPUs are invented now, and we keep replacing our mobile phone faster than computers, so we are not getting it. And again, AMD has a product that has NPU, Intel has a product that has NPU, Qualcomm's new lineup has NPU. So what are you talking about? As a common people, what can we do to force government to do what we want? Yeah, that's the problem, because again, we did not introduce what we call logical voting system. What we have, stupid voting system, which we call first past the post. And again, that we known this, like that's the sad part, is the every mathematicians knew this from like past 200-300 years. It's like the voting system we have inherently will tear the country apart. No matter what you do, it will tear the country apart, because again, it will by design polarize the country. It's like we knew this. We knew this. It's not a new thing. We knew this. And then we're like, what if we did it anyway? It's like, wow. NPU is just a smaller GPU. So most desktop users already have GPUs thanks to gaming. Yeah, that's also a valid point. Any updates about terminal anti-aging research? Yeah, have not looked into it. Anti-aging research. Code King, read about Bhagat Singh and Lal. It's like, what are you talking about? Like you're talking to someone else. Did you find deep sea exploration interesting? Nah. Recently, only one thing happened, that black rock oxygen. It's just that there are some minerals and they electrolyze and the water releases oxygen. And because of the hydrogen buoyancy, I'm pretty sure hydrogen just yeets out of there very quickly, but oxygen gets trapped. So that's something new. Do series hybrid car efficient because it's converting electrical energy into mechanical? See, when I'm talking about series hybrid, it's basically the truck that I covered. Edison motors. It's like how you have diesel locomotive. You take a diesel engine, you run it at its optimum band. There is a band. That band has two vectors, two vectors. That vector is RPM and torque. You do not want to overload the torque. It's like if it's like most efficient at 1500 RPM, to get the most energy out of it, you have to load it correctly. If you load it too much, it will lose efficiency. So there is a sweet spot. We call that efficiency band. If you can keep your engine there, the most amount of conversion will happen. And because you are floating it meaning there is no connection from your wheels to the engine, you can keep it there. Battery is acting as a buffer, so you have a constant input from the generator, and battery is the reservoir, and battery is running the motors. So benefit is your car. Again, why the car if engines are not efficient? It's like simply the engine is efficient, it's just that you're changing it too much. It's like wing 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 wing, applying brakes and putting accelerator. Those things mess up the what you call efficiency. If you just take the car engine and run it at the sweet spot, it's like whoa. That's why if you pay attention to cars, when the fuel computer will randomly sometimes show like a very high efficiency is like 40 kilometers per liter. It's like, what the hell? So that happens. If you go into that band, it's very precise. We can't stay in the band because again, road condition is fluid. So how do you get there? You detach it. You're just like, okay, engine, you are just a generator. You run the generator gives a fixed output, let's say 200 kilowatt. You dump that into battery, and battery becomes the random reservoir. And again, battery also gives the ability to do regen. So that's why it's far more efficient. You can actually get more mileage in a series hybrid system. And that's why diesel locomotive does that. That's why submarines do that. It's a known, tested technology. Heck, the companies, they keep going to what we call parallel hybrid simply because it's done in F1 and it gives you more horsepower. So you have, let's say, 250 horsepower engine and 250 horsepower electric motor. So in series hybrid, it will be a 250 watts horsepower system. But they're like, what if we made it parallel? So they're like, in few burst of load, you can give 500 horsepower because the engine will be firing at full power. The hybrid motor will be firing at full power. So you get 500 horsepower. It's like, yeah, but now you have extra clutches. Yes, hybrid has clutches, multiple of them, and it also has what we call transmission. See, you see, all the efficiency gain was thrown away because you have that much. And again, even if you can make it efficient, which it is, it's just that so much complexity happened that companies that tried it is like the cars are very expensive. It's like a loss leading product or flat out bankrupting product. Hmm. Uh, in simple words, hybrid vehicles can run both in electricity and fuel. It gives more mileage than petrol and diesel vehicle. Yeah, that's true. Our family car is turbocharged, but a small four-cylinder engine, 1.2 liters, and all the SUV uses 1.6 liters. Yeah, with turbo, there is another benefit. With turbo, you can basically remove all the safeguard from turbo or like have a bypass for it, and then you can overspool the turbo. Turbo will go what we call runaway. Now, here's the deal. If it runs away, it creates too much boost. You do not want too much boost. What you want is like put a generator into that turbo shaft. Now you're like turbo is like, let's say, designed for 20,000 RPM. Like that's what it needs to do. So you allow it to run faster than that. You allow it to go to 25,000 RPM. The moment it tries to go there, now you load it. So that's exactly what is done in what we call thermal energy recovery system. It's used in container ships because again, they have giant turbos and F1. So that's how you get even more efficiency. So in engine exhaust, you are leaching some energy out of it. So that can be done. If Ambani give property about CV biofuel, we will make money and money. Yeah, that's true. And again, that's what bothers me. It's like who somebody convinced them like we need biofuel. Okay, awesome. Who the heck was the person that like, what if we did LG? We've been there, done that. Does not work. If it's possible that in the upcoming weeks, please try to make ALM cycle working fluid supercritical CO2. I have already made a supercritical CO2 turbine system, and I have made two videos. And again, second was our hand-on when I actually got the luxury to see it in Bangalore. So I've already done that. And that US company that you're talking about, there is a very good chance I have actually talked with that person itself. Because again, they were available in Scale conference in Mumbai. So your review on Tata's 1.2 liter petrol turbo engine? Yeah, I'm not the engine guy. I'm not the engine guy. The only engine I'm interested in is CV engine, and simply because I'm seeing behind the scene how they are developing it. So other than sorry the headphone users, I've watched your CV engine video. Yeah, again, they will update me once they have the actual what you call a prototype running. Then I'll share another video of that. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that because again, anything new at this stage in time, it's really useful. And if assume it's only 5% to 10% more efficient than what we have, it could be a significant thing. It could be a very significant thing. So, uh, CV engine, if you have CV engine, I think I've already answered your question. In Fusion, a possibility. Have you seen some of the being put in no result yet? Yeah, it's like I've given up on Fusion. It could happen, but it's not happening anytime soon to matter. It's like because here's the another. Let me drink some water. Assume we can achieve fusion. A fusion power plant will take decades to make, and we do not have decades anymore. So at this point in time, I have given up on fusion. It's like I'm old. Like I'm old. And I'm so old that I remember watching all the fusion thing that's happening. I was watching this in Discovery Channel when I was a kid, before class 10. That's how old I am. And it's like, we are happening this. It's like that joke is actually factually true, where it's like, it's being delayed 1 year per year. It's not happening anytime soon. And the amount of money burnt, and again, in 70s there was no other alternate option, but now we have solar and wind. If that much money was poured into solar and wind, it would have actually started a fact. Like again, solar and wind are growing. Imagine that sort of booster shot. So much technology progression could have happened. Heck, by that much money, maybe we would have reached what we call dual junction solar panels yet. We do not have bijunction, dual, what we exactly call it, I keep forgetting the name, dual junction. Basically we have two material. Right now we have single junction. When you have dual junction, it has basically silicon and then gallium. So benefit is that each of the elements only focuses on one band, so you get higher efficiency. So military satellites, they generally use tri-junction solar cells, so they have three elements, and then it conversion efficiency is very high. It can almost touch 51% if I'm not mistaken. So we should have reached that point. So future, is there any possibility an entire fifth player in telecom? Not sure. Clarify what you're talking about. Why Indian power companies are bankrupt even though they are producing surplus? They are not bankrupt for that reason. The bankruptcy is because we are stealing too much electricity, and that's not true with every state. Like Gujarat is completely on a different level. Like when 2 years ago we had like flooding in the coal mines, and that caused like serious power shortage. Nobody in Gujarat knew that India was going through that. Like my relatives lived there in Gujarat, and they were like, "This happened." Like there was so much power shortage. It was a news article like we have this much ton shortage, and because again water, wet coal does not burn. So it was like it was a real thing for all the poor states are in India, and it was not an issue for that. It's like what the hell? How the heck that happened? Simply because of that. It's like it's a collection issue. It's if basically if government is wise, they will actually start cracking down on electricity stealing, and then it's like this is one thing I do specify that China got it right. China literally worked their ass off to make sure that nobody steals electricity. They did not allow this logic of oh we are poor so we are stealing. It's like no, no. If you're poor, you do not use electricity. If you are poor, you use electricity, you are not poor. So that has to be done. Did you heard about Bangladeshi Hindu and their condition? Is there any chance that Indian soldiers can evacuate them and save them from their community? They cannot be. It cannot be done. And be mindful. Look at Hindus. What's happening to Hindus in India in family courts? It's like we have bigger problems to worry about. And again, do not try to take care of something that is outside of your nation. We are not America. We are not that powerful. And heck, we have enough issues in ourselves. India, no renewables, no nucleus, no. Again, the heart symbol is covering up what you are typing. I'm sorry, heart signal. Unless somebody writes below you, that heart symbol is blocking what you're typing. Like Geo mobile network. Yeah, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. Oh, that was one big shock to me. I have Geo SIM, and internet is horrendously bad. Like when I was using 4G SIM, again the same SIM, it was so bad I was barely getting 1 or 2 Mbps. Like I did not use Beam app for my payment simply because it could not work on low internets. I had to use Google Pay, and same SIM, same number. I put it in this phone, and it's like it's give me a message that your 5G will be activated in 72 hours. Once that was activated, then it was like whoa. I was like whoa, 100 Mbps, like whoa. Let's try it here. Let's try. I'm running the speed test, so let's see what happens. Yeah, no nuclear, no solar, wind. Yeah, solar. India is really going good with solar, but not with wind. We are like letting wind slide, and wind can only work when you have coastal line. India has so much coastal line. It's like that part is really irksome to me. But like again, better than read it. Huh. Oh, I think it's testing my. Yeah, I think it tested my Ethernet. Fiber connection, so it gave 305 Mbps. Let me disable the Wi-Fi. Uh, Okay, I have this. I've disabled the Wi-Fi. Now let's try it. Compressed air energy storage can be used under salt caverns in primary location. No, no. So energy storage, I've already talked about it. There is only one system that is time tested, where it's like, okay, we have been doing this for 20, 30 years. Or not 20, calculate time from 1980. 1977, the first projects were built. So from 1980 we have been doing basically pumped hydro. That's the only thing that has gigawatt hour capacity and gigawatts of power. So that's the only thing that can work. And this compressed hydrogen, it does not have enough capacity, it does not have enough round trip efficiency to matter. So it's a good what you call exercise, but it's not really useful. Isn't 4G also capable of 100 Mbps? But nobody gives that for that's why I was so frustrated. Okay, I got 230 Mbps download, ping is 69, and the upload is 11 Mbps. Yeah, that part I have noticed, that uploads, they do not focus. They should give focus at least 50 Mbps, at least 50, or at least 25. Because at 25 you can do streaming, and again people do video calls, like everybody works from home, so video call is a very important what we call sector. So I do not get it, this, like, such a bad what you call asymmetry. Like, I do need some upload. And again, I don't think I can trust this for like, uploading my live streams. Not because like it does not have the bandwidth, it's just that how it's configured. It's only focusing on what we call uh, download. It's like that's the part. Is AI the last innovation of humankind? Time will tell. There is a probability of it. There is a probability of it. I would not say it's a zero. There is a probability of it. I have symmetric fiber at home, 100 100 down. Yeah, yeah. Almost everybody has symmetric nowadays. I remember like Geo Fiber when it was first launched, all the trial connections, they were symmetric. When I got Geo Fiber, at that time a company was like, what if we F the customer? So at that time I got like you had to pay much higher download to get, like, I had to buy 250 mbps download to get 25 mbps upload. And again, since I'm a YouTuber, I upload a lot, I had to pay for it so I can get that. Now thankfully Airtel fiber came to the scene, and then they're like, oh, now we have symmetric connection. I'm like, why didn't you had it? Because again, you gave the system, you, and again, you may be like, what about the elect technology? It's not ADSL. ADSL is asymmetric digital subscriber line, so fundamentally it does not have the equal bandwidth. Fiber does not have that issue. Fiber can work same up, same down. So that was just like, Geo is like, what if we F the customer? So I'm like, I'm very happy in that fact that Airtel happened and competition kept both of them in line. So I'm very happy with that. Hydroelectricity, you cannot use hydroelectricity, there won't be any water. If you keep building dams, you won't have any rivers. I have symmetric fiber at home. Okay, 230 Mbps 5G. In my area, I use Geo 5G. I'm getting 800 Mbps to 1.2 Gbps. Are you in a metropolitan or very close to a freaking 5G tower? Only then I can understand that kind of speed. That is like very, 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 very high speed. Back to back live. Yeah, one is a Hindi live stream, another is English. Last week I did not do it simply because I had a guest. Forget manager taking economical youth in developing countries, saying to it's costly to have kids, so they don't have any kids. Birth rate decline. Will it become even more costly or harder for next generation? There won't be a next generation. Is the last issue. There won't be an, see. Think in this way: if the elders of a society decides to slaughter the younglings, you won't survive. It's literally what you call harming your own what you call roots. When Japanese egocentric men decide, what if we F our younglings? Oh yeah. It's like, you're gonna die very painfully, very slowly. And again, because slow things do not compute in human brain. You cannot talk to a person where it's like, hey, you build a dam, it increases the surface area, decreases water flow in the water, it will evaporate the river away in 60 years. They will not think about it. Like, 60 years, who cares? It's like nobody lives that long. It's like, and again, then it's like India is like, every bridge, every railway bridge, the bottom is exposed in the rainy season. In the rainy season, I can see bottom of a railway bridge pillar. That should not be possible. They do not even have marking going that low because they never thought water will run down so low. But it happened. Every river like that is in India. So, and again, China did like, what if we build more dams? It's like, sir, you cannot build more dams. But what if we build even more dams? It's like, sir, you will not build. Okay, now you are starving. So it's one of those things. Once, like, if you keep making decisions that harm your future, at some point you will reach into that future you compromised. It's almost like, what if you keep doing cocaine and every day, right? Right now you will enjoy it, but at some point your body failure will catch up to you, and then you're like, ah. So same thing happened. Yeah. Uh, could you please share the perspective concentrated solar power with thermal energy storage and phase change materials, molten salt to support grid decarbonization in countries, sir? No, no. Solar panels are far more effective and far more, what you call it, that correct term I keep forgetting. Cost effective, yeah. Concentrated solar is not a good idea. We tried it. We have been trying this from 1990. It just does not work. And this idea of like molten salt, again, it's not very efficient. Is there any technology? Yes. My personal favorite is this, what we call graphite carbon energy storage. Ultium energy. Ultium? No. Let me recall the name. AL energy storage. Graphite. So it's a graphite energy storage system. Antoras, Antora. Antora, right? Hold up, hold up. Let me find the name for it. 3000 degree. Damn, it would be faster if I looked into my own catalog. Yeah, it would be faster if I looked into that. I'll tell you, that's a much better approach of it, because again, so this concentrated solar does not work. And Antaras energy, you can convert old coal power plant into energy battery. It won't be very efficient, but again, the infrastructure is already there, and you can utilize what we call air cooled condensers, which again, Jharkhand has one, India's first. That will remove your, not remove, reduce your water consumption exponentially, so you can run these power plants for long. And because again the electrical lines are already there, instead of using coal, you will have a giant insulated block. Come on, what's energy? Antora. Yeah, Antora energy is thermal energy storage. Yeah, sorry, that was the name, Antora thermal energy storage system. So because it's 3000 degrees Celsius and you only need 1500 degrees Celsius to boil water, like, wait a minute, you need that much? Yeah, the coal fire is at 1500 degrees Celsius, so the steam is at 600 degrees Celsius. It's like same why your soldering iron is at 400 degrees Celsius, 400, 450, and then your solder melts at 230. You need a delta to transfer energy efficiently. So for that reason, you need the hot to be very hot. So 3000 degrees Celsius is possible with graphite blocks, and it's very efficient in terms of photon transmission. It's a very effective way of taking all the coal power plants, converting them into batteries, so you get the thermal inertia, and not thermal, mechanical inertia in the grid. And again, it also allows you to stabilize the grid. That's far more cost effective. Okay, forgot measure. Okay, is there any way to get internet speed without any fluctuation less than 10%? Fiber. Other than that, there is no other option. I'm in metropolitan area in Kolkata. Geo tower is just few steps away. Yeah, only then I can understand that. It's like 5G uses a spectrum that is very, what you call, low penetrating power. So the frequency is way too high, so penetration is very low. I can't do anything about that. I'm getting 180 Mbps on Airtel 4G plus, getting only 250 Mbps on Airtel 5G. Interesting. Why India is not trying to make oil from seaweed? We have huge coastal line and help India to reduce oil import. Even we can collapse the Middle East economy by exporting it. Yeah, see, India does not do many logical things. We are keep burning money on hydrogen system, even though it fundamentally does not work. Like, it's a normal science thing. It's like a science school level project where it's like, this will not work. But we are like, but what if we keep doing it? It's like, sir, it will not work. No, but what if we force doing it? It's like, sir, it will not work. But what if we burn more money? It's like, yeah. At some point, it's just like, I'm letting it things go. It's like, it's out of my hand, it's not of my control. I just share information for people. Hopefully, someday somebody in power could watch it, could reach it, and something could happen. But other than that, nothing is also there. On the side, they say people would be able to get away from marriage, and the other side, they're saying marriage is necessary for development. See, marriage is a good thing if penalty is equivalent to both parties. Meaning, if basically marriage is destroyed, right? Let's say you parted way, both parties should suffer. It should not be like, okay, what if we take the men's kidney and give it to women? If you do that, you die. You die. Like there is no, oh, if this then that. It's like you do this, you die. But every country did that. There is 200 countries on the planet. 150 countries did that. All of them are reaching declining population, and all of them, what is happening? It's like, what is happening? It's like, yeah, you broke mutually beneficial agreement. If crying gives you more money than like actually hard working, why would anybody do hard work? Everybody was like, what if I cry? It's like, that's why I say go to family court near you. Once you see that, you will understand. Everybody is lying, because again, if men actually started to think instead of this, with this, they'll be like, yeah, bye. If they did that, what the hell lawyers will do? And then, yes, country will die. But again, it's not our fault that country is like that. It was done in 1984 and nobody fixed it. So I'm like, at this point, this country is literally eating its own root. We won't survive. It's like the end. We won't survive. Okay. This you say. So again, let this be very clear. I get it why people want to do it, but here's the, it's been poisoned. Like you want to drink water, but the water is poisoned. So you let it go. That's why I'm saying letting it go. Any recommendation for slowdown age? I will go gin, then cell division will increase, thermals also decrease. Dude, age. That's not my area of expertise. Starlink in India, what do you think? I don't think it's needed. India has really, really good internet penetration. Like even fiber penetration is very high in India. So we may not need it as badly. Now, of course, some remote connection, but unless you are talking about putting it in a aircraft, like I could easily see that's the most advantageous use, where you can have flights and each flight has Wi-Fi on board. That it would be a very attractive thing. But other than that, nothing else I could say. Thanks a lot. Kind of qualitative perspective inputs on my doubts. Okay, happy to help, sir. I saw your Hindu live and give up on your new phone, buying new phone. Yeah. What is the use of Linux on phone or laptop phone? Why no one uses? See, Linux is not designed by people who understand people. It's designed by programmer for programmer. Like every time they have issue, what if we fork it? Every time. It's like, because of like, see, I say Windows, you know Windows. I say Mac, you know Mac. Why? Because there is only one lineage. It's just we had Windows 7, we had Windows 8, we had Windows 10, we had Windows 11, we had Windows 12. Like you see, it's a very simple lineage. What do you have in Linux? But this. Hold on. There was a very good graph. A graph is so huge, I cannot share it here. It's so huge. It's so huge. Oh my god, it's so freaking huge. Jesus, it's freaking huge. So freaking huge. Let me dare to share. Yeah, that's how huge it is. Let me zoom into it. It's a very huge image. So, as you can see, like that's the problem with Linux. All of them. Like it's not even rendering at high resolution. It's in Wikipedia, so to say. You can share this, watch this image. That's the problem with Linux. That's why Linux does not work. That's why Linux does not work. It's like if I share what Linux is, like it's a mess. It's like I don't even know how many variants were created. It's like it has to be Linux, and again, it could still be two, three. It's like Linux laptop, Linux professional, Linux efficient. There should be only three. Like one that is very bare down, very bare, you can run on anything, and then could be like one very practical, very easy to use for people, and then there's like one for professional hours, like you're doing job. It's like they actually think because oh people are working on Red Hat in when they are working. It's like they're working because they're getting paid to work. Nobody's gonna use, heck, all many of these people they literally have MacBooks at their home. It's like I don't want to put up with Linux. They are the most trained professional. They do not want to put up with Linux. That's the whole problem. That's why nobody uses Linux. So which phone this time? I really hope you get things you want this time. I am truly hoping for that. Knock on wood. Knock on freaking wood. I really hope so. Because like it's hurting. It's like it's painful financially speaking. Which one? IFT5 expectation with Raptor 3. I don't think it is using Raptor 3. I think they have enough Raptor 2s to they're gonna use Raptor 2s. Let's see. I could be wrong, but I still think they have more than enough Raptor 2s where they're like, okay, what the hell we gonna do this engine? Scrap it. So they may still use it because again, you need Raptor 3 for payload to orbit, but it's not the target this time. So they may be just like, you know what, let's just focus on getting data. So if I was doing that, I will do that. Again, you may be like, wouldn't it allow you to get more data if you have the third engine? Again, third engine is very uncooked at this point in time. It's just very recent. So again, if you have enough surplus of Raptor 2 engines, launching it on IFT 5 would be a wise decision. It's like you're gonna discard those engines, so might as well get some data out of it. And again, the problem with last mission was the heat sheet failure, not engine failure. So assume the engines are there, engines are working. So why would you wanna change it? It's like, again, you would change it when you need more tonnage, but right now that's not the priority. Right now priority is heat shields. So just run with that. Again, SpaceX will know the internal data. I do not have that access, but I've not seen anywhere where they are trying Raptor 3. It could have been updated, but I've not seen it yet. So that's it. New Ryzen 7 9700 benchmarks are not that great in performance compared to as last gen, but the TDP has been dropped to 65 watt. What's your take on this? Intel's condition pathetic. See, wattage matters more. Like the sole reason my computer can work is because it has solar inverter. The reason why it can work even in solar inverter, it's very efficient. That's the reason why I chose AMD. And again, for server people, shut up, take money. And it is doing same amount of work as last generation on less power. Do you understand that? How significant that is? Heck, I did not buy a cooler. I bought a box, basically a CPU that had a cooler. I did not need to. It's like me good. Efficiency matters exponentially more than people realize. Like the amount of power supply you have to buy. Like imagine you have a Intel CPU. Some of those puppies can go up to 400 watts of power draw. 400 watts on a freaking CPU. You need a gigantic triple rad liquid cooler just to tame the CPU. And again, then also becomes an issue for your power supply. Now your power supply has to be 600 watt, 800 watt, 1 kilowatt. Because your CPU is consuming so much, so you need surplus for your GPU. So there is a genuine advantage. If they have same performance as last gen, which again, they have bit more, but they have not released the unlocked variant. They're like, let's just smooth people into it. So once they go to that point where they're like, okay, now we have far more what you call, let me drink some water. Far more, I forgot. Far more oomph available. They can do that much oomph. Again, even if it's like, let's say only 10% better, but it's consuming 50% less energy. For laptop manufacturer, shut up, take money. For desktop corporate world, where you have buying thousands of these, shut up, take money. So for more than enough people, it's shut up, take money. But for people like, I want more performance, no problem. What if you unlock it? What if you overclock it? What if you wait few months for them to release the Pro Edition, Turbo Editions, and then what? So it's significant step still. It's a very significant and biggest change that I have seen is the memory clocks. They have made memory far more flexible. So that should start to show results few days from now, a few months from now. We'll see. Sir, I got Airtel fiber, air fiber. No, air fiber is not real fiber. You need real physical fiber if you want stability. If you have no other option, air fiber does work. 40 Mbps, 1 Tbp a month actually blew my expectation from being 5G hotspot and steroids. Plus, I no longer need to pay my local Gunda for Wi-Fi. Yeah, I kind of get that. And again, you have to understand the mobile tower that is in here, the mobile antennas, they are very limited by power and size. So same technology, same 5G, same mobile tower. You do not touch the mobile tower, but you make a what you call air fiber hub. That hub has far more wattage, where it's consuming 2 to 3 watts on just antennas, and it has space of it. You will your bit rate stability will go exponentially higher. So yes, it's logical where you can have same 5G, but it's like, hey, why my mobile 5G is so unreliable, while my air fiber is like, I got this, fam. So it does make sense. Sir, have you ever think about investing in government bonds for 30, 40 years? Bro, I just started in investment. I do not know that much and I do not have that much money. What do you think about 1960s actual revolution? Started with West, we are suffering its consequences. No, see, do not blame the West. If they are stuck to drink poison, you drink poison, you are stupid one, not them. So I never, ever, ever blame someone else for your stupidity. I have learned this the hard way. I'm going in court cases, but again, I do not blame others. It's my sin that I'm suffering from. So same thing. If we did that, if Indian men write that laws in 1980, 1984. 1984. It's not West. It's Indian Turkey men who wrote those 1984. So too much power, Raptor like too much power. Yeah. Commenting in a YouTube video of one man commented, Hindus are not animals. We do not need babies. It's painful. Yeah. See, if you teach wrong things long enough, people will start fighting for it. Like people will fight to the end. Like that's why I'm saying letting things go is for your peaceful thing. It's like why Buddha says like you have to let forgive, not because they deserve it, because you deserve peace. So that's the whole point. It's like let it go. Like if our ancestor in 1984 decided, and nobody since then decided, hey, this is messed up. We are killing the only thing that keeps us alive, and none of them were like, okay, this is messed up. You let them pass. You're like, sir, you do not deserve to exist. You do not respect life. Life will terminate you. For example, when we say, survival of the fittest, it's actually termination of the idiot. So we are going through that. We are the idiot one, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Nature is gonna poof us. How? That's the question. And again, it's not important fundamentally anymore. It's like it has already happened. IIT colleges systems need to change with some other system. There are big goals like NASA has been started. Let's see. I have an interesting video coming tomorrow. Tomorrow not, Monday. Yeah, it's true. On my phone, I get a 5 Mbps upload speed on 5G while air fiber gets constant 40. Yeah, that's the whole point. Not blaming West. You do blame West, man. You're like, we are suffering. No, we are suffering from our women. We are suffering from our turkey men's. We are suffering from our sin, not someone else's. It's like somebody said, hey, what if you poof your own family? It's like, you're just like, dude, are you mad? We won't do that. But they did. So, is it true that US military still uses Windows XP on some of their critical system? No. It's a meme. Anyway, it's been 1 hour. So thanks for watching. Okay, next time my legs are hurting, I will try to do live stream standing up. So let's see. Anyway, this was an amazing stream. Surprisingly, a lot of views for my English channel. Thanks for watching and thank you for amazing questions. And thank you for 100 rupees donation. And I'll see you guys next Saturday. Bye.